Mr. Speaker, the Canadian people have told us that they like when we give them lump payments, taking it back out of their pockets in smaller amounts, plus more and more and more. They know that the grungy payday loan place has better rates, but it saved them the gas to and from there, which we are also increasing taxes on, so they thank us for that. The Canadian people know that when we say tax the wealthy, that those earning $60,000 a year have more than enough in this current economy. They are basically living like multimillionaires because after their take-home pay is eaten up by the rising cost of housing, food, gas, and utilities, they understand that there is all the excess room on their credit cards, and they can always apply for yet another card. Mr. Speaker, the Canadian people love it when we print money, give them a few $100 while giving billions to fund various projects around the world, while we have the largest debt in Canadian history right here at home. They support us, borrowing money from other countries to pass along to yet another country. The Canadian people are smart and know that this just makes sense. Mr. Speaker, the Canadian people care about the environment. They have said, I am so happy to be paying more at the pump while big industry keeps polluting the world. They understand that it's easier to just keep throwing the average citizen's money at the issue so that it looks like this government is doing something. The Canadian people know it would take too much effort to really address the actual problems. Mr. Speaker, the opposition is fighting against the increases to CPP and EI because they don't want this government to get the surplus. Canadians know that the increase isn't actually going to them, but to us, and they're happy to help pay off the massive debt we've created with the bad decisions we've made so we look better. Canadians can do the math and think it was the right decision to pay $24,000 a year, CERB, to all workers, including part-time and teenagers. They get that math is hard for this government and that it was too difficult to have percentage-based payouts, even if EI is already set up that way. The Canadian people are excited and stand by our increase. They know that because 16-year-old Cara taught gymnastics after school the year before the pandemic, she deserved and needed that $2,000 a month to continue living at home, not paying for rent or groceries. Mr. Speaker, when will the opposition realize that we have no interest in what's best for Canada and would rather spend all our efforts in sleazy maneuvers such as bargain buying the support of the NDP? Thanks to Mr. Singh and all of his MPs who have to vote how we tell them to, this government is going to do whatever we want until the planned total collapse of the country is achieved. We will keep up our tactics that fool many Canadians by continuing to evade directly answering questions, misrepresenting and manipulating data, diverting the Canadian people's attention with emotional responses rather than facts, and calling everyone who opposes our self-serving policies racist, misogynistic, inclusivity-phobic, threats to democracy. We are also committed to continued deflection of our incompetence by attacking the opposition who are helplessly not in power rather than implementing policies that we can defend with integrity. Mr. Speaker, I will personally contribute to the betterment of all by doing every one of those things, as well as speaking in an irritated, condescending tone, over-enunciating and speaking slowly so that all you morons can try to keep up with my superior intelligence, furrow my brow, flip my hair, and fidget with the translator earpiece because I'm a Canadian politician who can't be bothered to learn French. Klaus said it isn't necessary to achieving what the Canadian people want, to own nothing and be happy. Lastly, don't forget to buy one of my books on socialism. Thank you.